Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be talking about second conditional. For second conditional, we do need a if clause and the main clause. For the if clause, we do have if subject like he, I, and then simple past. For example, if I had a lot of money. And then we do have the main clause. For the main clause, we use the subject, would, and base form of the verb. For example, I would travel around the world. So the whole sentence would be, if I had a lot of money, I would travel around the world. Also, I can use the main clause at the beginning. For example, we could say, I would travel around the world if I had a lot of money. The only difference is that we don't use the comma. Another example for you, if he won the lottery, won is past tense of when. If he won the lottery, he would buy an expensive car. Also, I can say he would buy an expensive car if he won the lottery. Another example for second conditional is if she didn't have a good job, simple past. If she didn't have a good job, she wouldn't have a lot of money. So would with a base form of the verb. But when do we use second conditional? Let's talk about that. We use second conditional when we talk about situations in the present that are unreal or unlikely to happen. Like an example for you, if I were rich, this means that I'm not rich. But if I were rich, I would travel the world. So this means that I'm not rich and I can't travel the world. It's very unlikely to me. And then the second one, if I were taller, this means that I'm not tall enough. If I were taller, I would play basketball professionally. So this means that can't happen. That's just very unlikely for me. Another example for you. We use a second conditional for hypothetical situation. Hypothetical situation in the future or even in the present that are very unlikely to happen. Like winning the lottery. For winning the lottery, the chances are very low. So if I won the lottery, I would buy a mansion. So this is like a hypothetical situation. Also, we can use second conditional to talk about our desires and wishes that are unlikely to come true. For example, having a superpower. Having a superpower is like a wish that is not likely to happen. If I had superpowers, I would fly. Or if I could speak Spanish fluently, I would move to Spain. This means that I can't speak Spanish. I cannot. But it's my desire. If I could, I would. If I were the president, this is kind of very unlikely or even a hypothetical situation. If I were the president, this means that I'm not the president. But if I were, I would make education free for everyone. Also, we use second conditional for polite request or suggestion. Let's talk about polite request. If you could help me, I would appreciate it. That's like a polite request, meaning that, like, could you help me? But it's more polite. And then we do have second conditional for suggestions. If I were you, I would study harder. This means that you should study harder. It is a suggestion. Now it's time to practice. I do have some sentences for you. Go ahead, complete the sentences using second conditional. So using second conditional, try to complete the sentences. Let's review. For second conditional, for the if clause, we use like simple past, and for the main clause we use would with a simple or base form of the verb. For example, let's look at the first one. This is my if clause, so I use past tense for it. If it rained, for the main clause, we would stay at home. I'll give you some time to go through the sentences yourself, and then we can do it together. I'll give you 3 minutes for it, but if you cannot finish that, feel free to pause and allow yourself more time. Okay, let's go through the sentences ourselves. If you haven't finished, please pause. Pause the video and try to do them yourself first. Let's look at question or sentence number 2. Here, the if clause is not at the beginning of the sentence. It is like the second half of the sentence. So past tense of know is knew if she knew the answer. And for the main clause, we use would. She would help you if she knew the answer. This means that she doesn't know and she cannot help you. Let's look at the third sentence. The if clause is at the beginning. If they had, simple past for the if clause, and then they would drive. Sentence number 4. The if clause is not at the beginning. If it were sunny, we would go to the beach. This means that it's not sunny out there and we can't go to the beach. Let's go ahead with question number 5. If he studied harder, he would pass. This sentence means that he's not studying enough and the chances are low. He cannot pass the exam. If you need more practice for second conditional, click on the link below and have more practice.